Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Evening? Whatever you want to call it. I'm used to streaming late. So it's weird that it's still kind of early for me. Anyways, I got a new mic, guys, so y'all could tell me, how does it sound? When I tested it the other day, I was told it sounded fine. So, y'all tell me what it sounds like. Oh, my bad. Did I start while on an ad? My bad. Yeah, so I got a new mic and I don't know exactly I don't know if it sounds any better or not. So I have a dial where I could turn it up and down, so I don't know. I'm still learning. So yeah, I have a couple new things that's going to be coming probably tomorrow. I'm hoping sometime tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited about that. So okay, as long as it sounds good, I'm okay. So anyway, so if y'all haven't noticed, I changed my schedule. So now, what the schedule is posted is that's how it should be every week now. So it won't be changing or anything like that. So I have an early evening, a late night one, and then a midday stream. So I figured that might help, Hello, Mercy, how are you doing? Oh yeah, if y'all noticed, I darkened my glasses too. I was told that my glasses were hard to see. So now they're now you can actually see them. So I don't know if I asked Mercy. Did I ask how are you doing? I don't know. Thanks, Princess. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. So I was going to get a new outfit, but I'm going to have to hold off on the new outfit, but I have some other stuff coming, so. I tried to make a new outfit, but I didn't like any of the outfits that I was given. Are you in school, Mercy? I didn't realize that you were. Is it college? Or, well, if you're overseas, I guess it would be called university. I don't know. Alrighty. Well, today we're actually probably going to be continuing our book, which I know, so I kind of didn't think about it, but when I did my birthday stream, we did the prologue of the book, and then I didn't stream for over a week, so I accidentally did not plan that very well, because I went out of town and everything afterwards. Oh, nice. I went to college, okay? I was in college for 10 years because I could not decide on a degree. What degree are you trying for? Got a yawn. Sorry, guys. Get a drink of water here. Okay, so I changed my major three or four times. Oh, that's cool. Do you like the graphic design and all that? I find that it would be kind of hard, for me at least. But yeah, I changed my degree 4 times. So when I was in college, I went to a community college, and they required, before I could graduate there, to choose a degree. So I chose a random one, so I did arts or whatever. And then from there, when I went to a 4-year college, I had history at one point, and then I had German at another point, and then I think my final one was communications. So yeah, So that's 4 different majors that I kept on choosing. So I was in college for 10 years because of that. Oh, that's cool. So are you wanting to do like a clothing business? I have a business. I have a cleaning business actually, but it's just me. So, but yeah. Princess, like, what made you if you don't mind me asking, what made you decide to not continue? Like, I have a degree, but I actually never used it. So, I could kind of understand. I don't know why I'm like... There we go. So, yeah, I have my degree, but I've never used it. Oh, Discord, that reminds me. At the beginning of December, I'm starting my subscriber only content, which would be in my Discord. So just make sure you get that. Basically, I'm gonna be like, y'all will get a choice of what for me to read, basically. And I'm not going to be like, it could be anything. I'm not going to be limited by like copyright stuff. Like on the streams, I'm kind of limited. Wait, we were talking about that in Spoon's stream about you making your own stuff. I didn't realize that was like for a business or whatever. Okay, so I do have an interest in doing audiobooks too. There's another book streamer. His name is... Hold on. It's like Gentle Fox or something like that. Yeah, hold on a second. Where is he at? I can't find him. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Gentle Fox ASMR. He's another streamer, but he does audiobooks. So like he has like I think 2 audiobooks on Audible that he's done. So I was talking to him about it because I thought it would be cool too. Now I have heard like starting out making audiobooks, it's not very you probably won't make anything basically. Okay, Princess, I had that trouble too. That's why I never used my degree. Okay, so like when I was in school, I was already like working and living in my own apartment, so I couldn't work somewhere where I wasn't getting paid because I need to pay my house, my apartment at the time, you know. And so I had that trouble too, and that's why I never used it because I don't have the experience, which I think is dumb, but whatever. Okay, so when I first started, I didn't think anybody would be interested either. But I found out that apparently a lot of people actually are. I was kind of surprised. Hey, Sunshine, how are you doing? But yeah, I found out that a lot of people seems interested, but the one thing that, like, with my book streams, there's not very many. I found a few, but there's not very many book streamers. I have been told that my streams are kind of like controlled, chaotic, I guess, because of my ADHD. I get so distracted, so my readings are kind of like all over the place, basically. Lucrative, yes, that's what I mean, Mercy. Can't you get in trouble for fibbing on your resume? I would be I'd be scared to do that. Or doing solo things. That was aggressive. Wait, what was aggressive? Oh, are you talking about the hay? Yeah, Mercy, I think you should. A lot of people seems really interested, so and I think a lot of it is because it's not the normal streams, and so people are interested in that. I've also had people say that it helps them because, for one, they have ADHD, so they struggle with the same thing, and for two, some people they can't just sit there and like read. Wait, you have to lie that you don't have kids? There are a lot of the other book streamers, they do classics and stuff because they choose books from like, it's like from I don't know, it's like some site or something that gives them, like, they don't have to worry about copyright stuff because they're classics and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of classics, so I don't do classics. I do a lot of like newer books and stuff. Wait. Sunshine, what do you mean? Did you show your feet? Yeah, I know like Sunshine does. Me and her kind of talked about it. I feel like that would be like against the law to like not hire somebody because they have kids. I mean, Sunshine, I know you get asked about your feet on Kick and stuff, so oh my goodness, that reminds me. I got a Facebook friend request the other day, and it was like fetish Robert or something like that, and it just reminded me of that conversation. That's so weird, Mercy. Oh, you like smut. Okay, so I'm not a big smut person. Like, this is my, I did a little clip, not clip, I don't know what you want to call it, video the other day about my opinion on smut, and basically, like, I'm not opposed to smut. My problem with most smut books is that a lot of times the smut takes over the plot, and that's how I have my problem with that, because like I read one book, it was like a prison book or whatever, and it was supposed to be about this girl breaking out her brother out of prison, but then she like never did that. She just kept on going to like all these different jail cells and like basically doing whatever creature was there, and that was the whole book. There was like no plot or anything. That's my problem with smut. Wait, Sunshine, if you want, I will definitely like send him to you. Oh my goodness. I thought America had like, they had laws against stuff like that. Okay, I don't know Amanda Ashley. I don't think. What are some of her books? Now, a book series that I recommended to Princess, she's already read it, and it does have smut in it. And I always recommend it, especially if you like vampire and werewolves. Spoons! Thanks for the sub! Thanks! I didn't even know he was in here. I turned my music down, so... because it was super loud before. How you doing, Spoons? Okay. 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 Smut is basically, I don't know a good description on how to. Yes! I guess spoon, there you go. I think Spoons, described it perfectly. That's pretty much what smut is. Yes. Okay, so the book series that I recommend that Prince has read that does have smut in it, and that's the first book is the King's Huntress by Jamie Volt, I think is how you pronounce. And then she has a second book that's the Fae Huntress. She's working on the third. Hey Shadow, how are you doing? You love smut? Yes, like it's not bad, but I just have some opinions about it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, did you really, Spence? I thought you decided not to. Fungus? No. Not fungus at all. Not at all. I love how, like, some of y'all's descriptions. I like the blurb. So are you able to use that sound then that I sent you? Desire After Dark. Hold on, I gotta write that down because I'll forget. Give me 1 second. I want the coffin dance. I'm assuming that's not for me because I don't know what the coffin dance is. Desire After Dark. Amanda Ashley? That's an interesting last name. Smut. A small flake of soot or other dirt. All those black smuts from the engine. And fungal disease of grains in which parts of the ear. Yeah, I don't think those are. Yeah, none of those is what we're talking about. Yeah, exactly. Misty Walker? What book does she write? Because I never heard of Misty Walker either. Misty Walker. Thanks, Spoons! Thanks for the biddies! Oh my goodness, I just said that again. Or Sadie Kincaid. I know, biddies! I don't think you were here, Spoons, but like, when I was streaming, it was like a couple weeks ago, and definitely on my birthday it happened too, but like, we all got on a conversation about how I say biddies. So... Biddies for biddies? What was I doing? Oh, Sadie Kincaid. Okay. I'm like writing these down because I won't remember. Biddies dance? Wait, do you have a biddies dance? I would like to see that. Oh my goodness. You know, oh, Princess, you're in here. Hold on. Let me look at my bookcase real quick. Because I have... Crap, what is it called? Hold on, there's another... yes, so Sunshine, she told me like during my subs I should like dance to the song and stuff, but I'm very limited on what I can do. I could pretty much like bop side to side. Oh, that's weird. I love the name Sadie, to be honest. Hold on, I'm trying to look. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, so I couldn't find it. But I think it's called Captured. By, like, maybe Liza Snow or something like that. So, I'm very limited on my movement for my VTuber. Because I don't have, like, a whole, like, VR system or whatever, I cannot move my arms. So I'm very limited. I have not read the Lunar Chronicles. Yeah, no, that's fine, Mercy. I appreciate you stopping by, actually. So... I like the fairy dancing. The bob side to side. Yeah, Shadow, if you want to send me, like, a whole list, I'm okay. Hey Cal, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Wait, so is it like an actual cartoon? Like, you actually see the cartoons or whatever? It's okay, so I've been streaming super late anyways, and I'm changing when I schedule and stuff, so... Like, because my streams have been, like, they started at 10. That's what they were. But I changed stuff up a bit, so. I'm good, Cal. It's been snowing the past couple days, and I've been extra tired. But today I seem fine, but the weather's been warmer, too. No, it's okay, Mercy. Trust me. No, you don't see it. Well... Like, what do you mean by, like, the Disney characters? I'm a little confused, Princess. Okay. I think I'm all set. Anyways, I think it's Captured that I was talking about. That one is a vampire, and there's smut in that book, too. Because that's what we were talking about. Sarah J. Maas, all her books have, most of hers have smut in them too. Oh, wait, I have seen that series. I might have one of those books. Yeah, no, I think I have one of those. I think I have the Cinder, or maybe it's Scarlet. It's one of them two that I have. I haven't read them. I love the store online. What store? What store? Story. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people like those. I just have not personally read them yet. The this year, most of this year has been me reading and reviewing books, but I'm hoping that will slow down here soon. So, alright, we'll go ahead and get into our story. So basically where we left off is, all we know was something about, and I don't have the best memory, so I probably won't even remember this myself. Yeah, I definitely plan on reading them. They are on my TBR. So I know that there was 2 vampires, and they were like chasing down a female vampire, but I don't think we know why or anything like that. And then I think towards the end of the prologue wasn't very long. It was consist of them chasing her down, and then eventually she like attacked one of the vampires, like bit him in the neck or whatever, and then she ran off again. And that's kind of like where we left off, basically. And she was like the sister of one of them or something like that. So it's been a while. I can't remember, guys. That's the best I can do right now. So that's basically where we are. She attacked one of the other vampires. She's on the run. That's all we know. So, okay. I don't even know. I might do some of these voices wrong because I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Alright. You could be dead up on that stage, and those animals would still be howling, came a remark from one of Roger DV's more seasoned dancers. Another replied, "It sure is rowdy out there." Tanya was trying to stay out of the way of the curtain as the 2 chatting women came through in just their high heels and G-strings. They carried their stage outfits and brushed past her to sit in front of their assigned vanity stations to touch up before their next set. A second pair of girls rushed through the curtain as another song queued up, nearly knocking her over. One of them chimed Tanya over her shoulder. "Watch it, new blood." Tanya, help me, we're up next." Melissa stood with her back turned, trying to hold on to the ties of her pink fluorescent bikini top behind her back. Tanya stepped across the entry to her dance partner, Melissa, and pulled the ties together across her back. She made a simple slip knot and spun Melissa around to help her into a slinky white net dress that barely reached her thighs. Tanya stole a look into a nearby mirror to flip her feathery blonde hair around a bit. Then she pulled her own silvery sheer tank dress on over a reflective blue halter and strappy match bottom. She spun to check the line on her stockings up the back when she heard a man's voice that boomed through the public address system. "Gentlemen, take a seat up front for our very own tantalizing twins, Angel and Rose." The PA speaker squelched with a bit of feedback. Tanya took a deep breath and gave a nod to Melissa as they pushed through the curtain. Just as they took their steps onto the stage together, Tanya commented how much she liked having a stage named as she often did. "Playing a character makes me want to do plays again like we used to." The dancers walked out in tandem, almost serpent-like, getting their first look at the crowd for their shift. Blinding lights cut across the stage in swirls, and the girls held each other with arms behind the other's back until they reached the edge of the thrust. The music was loud, but the men were even louder. Cheers and whistles came at them from every direction as Tanya and Melissa faced each other, waving their arms at their sides like sea creatures. As the beat dropped, they turned their backs to each other and each bent at the waist, with stretched palms out on the stage floor. When they stood again, they stepped in beat with the music away from each other to address the room with heavy hip swaying movements. As rehearsed, the women turned to face each other again from opposite ends. They waved their fingers at one another before pulling up the hem of their dresses to remove their outer layers, which had done little to cover them. With a hair flip, they approached the center pole together, where Tanya spun to fling her leg up around the pole as Melissa stretched low in front for a cat-like pose. Tanya reached down to untie Melissa's bikini top as Melissa reached up to untie Tanya's halter. They used their next few steps in the dance to fluidly peel away their tops and switch stage sides to get closer to the men waiting with dollar bills held high. Their first song was ending, and a faster one started. This was their cue to make their rounds to the rest of the men in front, waiting to get closer look. Unlike the first song, during this one, Tanya and Melissa took more time. They took more time at each position, posing their bodies low and within reach to tempt each potential viewer. Tanya felt her gaze pulled towards the far corner of the room, over and over. Each time she looked into the space, a man seated there fixed his eyes on her and continued to stare back. He was dressed far too well for this place in a silvery sport coat and red tie. She caught a second glance at him during a turn and saw him pass a pack of folded bills to a nearby bouncer as he pointed towards the stage. The song was welling up to its last verse. Tanya shook her head free of the distraction, taking long, leggy strides past her last few customers near the stage and plucking their dollar bills away with a wink or blow kiss in place of the show of skin they came to see. Hey Oni, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Before she had a chance to retrieve her dress and top from the stage, Melissa had beaten her to it and smacked her across her exposed backside, eliciting cheers and whistles from the crowd as the dancers walked back through the curtain just as the music hit its last beat. Okay, tell me, you saw that guy, Tanya said, pushing through the curtain, almost slamming into one of the other dancers trying to get past them for their set. Sorry, my fault. Melissa tossed the dresses at Tanya with a laugh. You must be joking. There is a full house out there, and you want me to notice one guy? She grinned at herself in the mirror smugly. How many would be disappointed if I only paid attention to one? Right, I get it, Tanya submitted. I don't know. I felt him watching, like boring into my soul, drawing my eyes to him. She kicked off her backless heels and sat down next to Melissa. It's weird, but he's the first guy that made me feel naked up there. A few of the other girls listened and laughed out loud, but were cut off by a gravely male voice. Chat after hours, ladies. Angel, Rose, pick something nice to wear for a VIP show. Blake flashed a fan of money and tossed it in front of Melissa, where her makeup kit laid open. They paid for half an hour, and I charged double because I can't spare anyone for longer than 15 minutes with a mob like that out there. But if they want more, charge the same again. It's all yours if they spring for it. Mr. Grinchery, said a young dancer as she adjusted her shining blue bob wig to frame her round mocha-colored face. You said no men in the dressing room. Blake leaned over her, close to her face, and grinned. Security goes anywhere we feel the need. Can never be too safe. Besides, there's nothing here I haven't seen on stage. He whispered something in her ear and then turned to leave. You got 3 sets to get to the champagne room, ladies, he reminded, looking up at Tanya. Put on your best. We need more of that kind of money in here. Tanya turned to the hanger racks, picked a set of costumes for Melissa and herself, and passed a pleather black kincher to Melissa. Hey Buttons, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. We kind of just started, so... Why do I always have to be the bad twin? Melissa pouted as she pulled on a red niggly. I don't think I've ever seen that. Thanks, princess. Wait, does it have a crown on? Yeah. So on my birthday stream, somehow, like I got a crown, which wasn't there before. So I don't know what will happen next. All right. Tanya faked a laugh. Because I make the outfits and mine don't fit you, and yours don't fit me. Besides, you are the bad child. Mom and Dad told me so. She stuck out her tongue and winked at Melissa's reflection in the mirror. Melissa added a line of black to her eyelids and clapped back. Psst. I bet Mommy and Daddy would change their tune real quick if they found out this job was your idea. Now, don't give me that. I never forced you to do this. You asked me how I was making so much money, and you wanted in on it, Tanya told her. Besides, you know this is only temporary until we get through school. Which reminds me, you haven't reapplied yet, and... The blue-haired dancer pushed her chair back loudly, huffed with a look at the stack of bills on the vanity, and hurried out of the dressing room. Hey, Missy, Tanya started again in a hushed tone while buttoning herself into a white velour corset top. Tuck that money away. I don't like the way she was looking over here. A half an hour is plenty of time to lose our rent money. Melissa rolled off her net stockings and stepped into a pair of red heels, then stuffed their folded money into one of the white thigh-high boots Tanya would be wearing. Can't get much safer than that in this place, am I right, Angel? She stepped behind Tanya and draped a feathered white boa over her shoulders. Tanya fixed a wide, white headband into place and fanned her hair out over it to resemble a halo, then pushed a horned headband into Melissa's hair, looking into her face with worry. Give me 1 second, I gotta get some water. Okay. Hey, be careful, okay? That guy gave me the creeps. I think he's our private show customer. She hugged her sister just long enough for the thumping song to end. Oh, thanks, Buttons. Okay, so, like, this is what candy time is. Basically, I have choices of candy that you could choose for me to eat. So, I'm kind of low on what I have. I gotta get another bag. So I have Reese's, Whoppers, Rolo, and then for the season, I got peppermint bark. So Buttons, you tell me what you want. Peppermint. Okay, I like your thinking because I love peppermint bark. It's like one of my favorites. And I just got it yesterday, so... It's okay. Oh, you can't even see my face. Thank you, Buttons, for the peppermint bark. It's really good. That makes me happy. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so just an FYI. This book... I know. So this is the book that he's getting. Is this one, which it's like a vampire and werewolf book. So you're kind of getting a hint of how it is. So the format of like the digital form is kind of off. And to tell you the truth, yes, the one I'm reading, the one I'm currently reading. To tell you the truth, I don't know where the chapters end and begins. Just an FYI. So I'm assuming because of the different font, this is supposed to be chapter 2. So basically in the first chapter that we just read, it's mainly these two girls. They're, from the sound of it, they are strippers, and they're basically in the middle of their dance. One of them notices a guy that kind of is giving her the creeps or whatever, and after their dance they have like a private, they have a VIP showing or whatever. So now we don't know who the customer is yet or anything. So that's basically where we are. Like I said, I don't know. I'm assuming this is chapter 2 because of the different font. Yeah. Okay. So, a match made in high heels. Well, see, I don't even know if that's the title. I think that's the title. A match made in high heels. Okay. Just walking through the door made Simon flinch slightly as a wave of perfumes, liquors, sweat, and dirty money swirled about in the small space. The dull tan paneling in the corridor held tacked and taped flyers promoting drink specials, local concerts, and ads from local businesses, many of which were outdated. Heavy beats from the sound system thumped against his inner ear and reverberated against the thin interior walls. This entryway had one dim tube light that was fighting to stay lit, and beyond it, the main room was a deep, bruised purple of black lighting. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for stopping by, Buttons. I appreciate it. The secondary door was propped open, and as Simon stepped through it, he was met by a squat, sausage-fingered man whose What the freak? What is a sausage-fingered man? Sorry. I never heard of that. Okay. Whose glowing yellow security shirt couldn't tuck in the front. Simon asked where he could find the owner. Under a sweat-glossed and bald head, the doorman's blonde eyebrows floated to receive the question and furled as he thumb pointed over his shoulder behind the bar. A dazzling spread of laser lights from a twisting ceiling future offended Simon's eyes as he narrowed them and quickly strode across the room. Flirting waitresses in belly-tied tees and staggering men of all shapes and persuasions cluttered the room at nearly full capacity. Saturday nights always were busy around 11 o'clock. A tiny brunette girl was posing and undulating on the bar top to sell body shots, spots of what smelled like tequila, amaretto, and other liquor stained her stretched neon green bikini, and droplets formed in her cleavage and appeared like morning dew on the fine hairs of her taut belly. Her line-painted eyes looked around to see if anyone else was closer, then landed again on Simon as she folded her hands behind her head, under the tight bun in her hair. Okay, I think I'm confused by all that. I don't know. Okay. Come on, sugar. It's just $5 a shot. Anywhere you like. Can't beat that, she offered. He removed his hat and stared at her momentarily, deciding carefully on his words, then reached into his pocket, separating a five from a couple of ones. He raked his hair away from his face and then dropped the bill and said, I don't drink, but serve one up to the guy in charge, would ya? She sat up on her knees, letting her hands slowly fall to take the money and folding it in her half lengthwise. She pushed it into the side of her purple garter with an organized cluster of cash. She looked back up at Simon and then over her shoulder to a windowed office door and shouted, Hey, Mr. Gentry. Somebody wants to buy you a shot. A few seconds later, the door swung in and Blake came out, and his big smile fading to a smirk when he saw who was waiting. Another girl with blue bob wig quickly left the office. She turned away, smoothing a black shark bite mini dress into place over a tiny G-string that matched her hair. Oh crap. I will be right back. My phone just died, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I usually have it charging, but I thought the charge will last. And I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Thanks. So, like, I have to have my phone because it does my facial tracking, basically. Unless I'm just like frozen like this. Like, you know, I'm just frozen, not moving and stuff. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, where was I? The bar top brunette tried to regain her attention. Come on now, the gentleman already paid. She was still almost shouting to be heard over the music in the room. The usual, then, Blake said aloud as he grabbed a bottle of shining brown liquor. She spread her knees out. Wait, what? Okay. She spread her knees out and arched her back, pushing her tan-lined little breasts up, and licked her glossy candy apple lips while trying to seduce Simon with her eyes again as a reminder that she acknowledged him as the paying customer. Blake brushed his hand up the back of her neck, roughly took a fistful of her hair, pulled down to tilt her head back, and poured a smooth double into her mouth. He let a few seconds pass until he saw her struggling to not swallow, and then bent over her and slid his tongue into her mouth until their lips sealed. Gosh, this is kind of graphic. My bad, guys. I don't know if I have a warning on my stream, but I probably should. A bit of liquid escaped and trickled down her cheek before he finally let go. Her eyes smoldered up at him, and then at Simon, as she let out a breath between pursed lips, licking slowly across them again. Her pencil eraser nipples grew hard, and her skin goosebumped all over. Blake tossed a tiny garment onto the bar for the girl and pointed to the stage. "Your set is next," he said, and then he stepped over to the door while looking back at Simon and directed, "My office." As he pushed the door open, waiting, he looked across to his security at the entrance, patting down a group of men in suits. He looked back into the corner to give a nod to the men who had just paid for a private show. "Oh yeah, we're going to do fine tonight. Look at all that money that just came in." Simon sniffed the air again, catching something out of place that made his nose wrinkle. The smell was weak between the other scents in the room. Though coupled with the perfumes and sweat, he had to shake away its dizzying effect. He held fast a moment, perusing the room for the offender. In front of him were a pair of dancers, a blonde and an unnatural redhead known on stage as Angel and Rose, dressed in angel and devil costume, lingerie, respectively. They moved past him to quickly greet some men who looked out of place in their tailored suits. The girls were escorting the well-dressed men immediately to the VIP area as if they had an appointment. When Simon followed Blake through the door, he was met with a fresh wave of smells. The dull, piss-colored walls of the office held only a square clock, multiple screens viewing the club's security feeds, and years of nicotine residue with an acrid aroma to match. The muffled, thumping beat persisted from outside the door as Blake went to a leather-backed chair that rolled behind a desk, comprising two filing cabinets with a poker table top. Several takeout containers were open on the tabletop, with disposable utensils stuck out from some of them. He unlocked a drawer and pulled what looked like a thick, rubber band wrapped file and slid it across the green felt. "How is it you've been coming here 8 years and still don't drink?" Blake was asking but paying more attention to the cigarette he was lighting than the other man in the room. He flopped the lighter onto the table and let loose a long blast of nostril smoke. He twisted his neck uncomfortably and pulled his broad, empty hand across the scar concealed beneath his beard like easing a stiff muscle. Simon pulled photos and clippings from the file as he had done so many times. He only looked up from the table with an annoyed glare when Blake paused long enough to make room for a reply. I gotta admit, though, it doesn't taste like it used to. It's funny how the first one I ever had was so terrible, and I remember the way it burned down my throat. It made me wonder how anyone could want to drink all the time. Blake stubbed out his smoke and pushed aside the ashtray as the butt smoldered. Look, I don't want to throw in the towel any more than you do. Then don't. Simon cut him short and tossed the articles back together in a pile. Simon pushed back from the table and pulled a thick rubber band around the folder and left it near a cracked chip pocket on the table. He turned and pulled the door open, looking across to the still occupied VIP room, and noticed there was no security placed there. Simon asked, "You do private parties with no eyes on the room now, too?" A scream broke out from where he was looking, and Simon instinctively rushed to the unguarded door. Finding it locked, Simon slammed his shoulder into the wood with full force, splintering the cheap wood through the frame. In the first second that he had to take in the scene, both the girls were being held down, but the Kool-Aid red-haired girl was laying still and possibly unconscious. The blonde girl could barely struggle and whine at her attacker by the time Simon reached out to grab him. That awful mixed smell of copper and chalk, more powerful now, caught him again as he looked into the face of a monster. His nostrils flared with steady, stinging hate, and his eyes went wide and rolled back into his head. The man that Simon grabbed bared blood-stained fangs like a wild animal, ready to defend its fresh kill. His face drew a pale porcelain color as his fingernails pointed into thin, miniature stilets. The suited man hissed his warning at Simon. "Wrong party, friend." Simon's long coat slipped off his shoulders, and his clothes were already melding into muscle and coarse hair. His spine broke, and transformed, letting a brown-gray pelt take over his entire body. His ears grew and pushed back against his skull, taking on a pointed shape, curling, dark, razor-tipped his paw hands and spread wide to either side of him as the changes continued. His knuckles, arms, and legs became twists of sinew and cartilage just before they slipped into a low crackling of joint remembrance and covered over themselves with thick hair. Terrible long spit-dripping canines bore out from a grizzled maw and snapped and gapped in a fierce growling bed of wet black gums. He raised on his hunches, looked down the head in height he groaned, and stared with empty black eyes at his opponent. The blonde stripper was thrown into the corner against a sharp pillar fixture as her attacker turned to square off with Simon. The other girl's was splayed out, face up and mouth agape, on one of the low reclining chairs that resembled a plush, high-heeled shoe, as the vampire over her also rounded to face the intruder. The naked redhead didn't move as both vampires in suits moved to attack the morphing beast who had interrupted them. Give me 1 second. There's an ad anyways. Alright, so I think this is another chapter. I think. Like I said, it's kind of hard to tell. But it looks like it's the next chapter. That might be a person's name and stuff. So. Alright. So I could probably continue as long as y'all want me to continue. Because I think that's 2 chapters. The last book, I did 2 chapters and then I had to stop. But I think I'm okay and whatnot. Because I think this will be chapter 2, 3, whatever it is. I don't know. So, hold on. Alrighty. I mean, I'm good. I'm good to continue. Like, before I was only able to do like 2 chapters because my voice was going out. But so far, I think my voice is okay. So I could continue. So. But I think the chapters may have been longer because usually like when I got done with 2 chapters, I was already streaming for like 2 hours. So, so just a recap. A guy, Simon, maybe Simon was his name, he came into the bar. He's meeting with another guy. I can't remember his name. I can't remember names, but so he's in the meeting in the office with these 2 guys and stuff, and all of a sudden they basically hear a scream, and the VIP dance or showroom or whatever, where the 2 girls are, we found out that it's coming from there. And then when we when we walked in, or when Simon walked in, because he went in there trying to save the girls and stuff, we find out that this guy in a suit or whatever, he's transforming into what seems to be like, I would say probably a werewolf from the description. Hasn't exactly said what it was. And then basically the blonde stripper girl was thrown across the room. So that's where we left off. Some beast. That's all we know. Alright. So, Ed. I don't even know how to say that. I don't know. Okay. Blake had only been a few steps behind Simon, but stopped to grab the under-counter shotgun, then slid to a stop in the doorway to fire 1 shot into the side of the nearest suit, who was already airborne, lunging at Simon from the right. The searing pellets were buried in the ribs of his target and threw the attacker sprawling to the floor. Glasses broke as everyone in the club suddenly dropped, with many screaming and looking towards the cacophonous gun blast. He pumped the barrel action, discharging the empty shell, then quickly ducked away from the opening in the doorway when the hissing man leaped back to his feet. Blake tried to think fast and grabbed a table to roll in front of the destroyed door, then a chair and another. Everyone in the club was still down low, fearfully wailing at the sounds of growling and slamming bodies inside. Blake grabbed the chubby bouncer by the arm, pulled him and parked him on his ass in front of the upturned table barricade, then searched the room for anyone who wasn't panicking in case there was more trouble. Loud, vicious barking echoed, and snarling and bones breaking with sickening snaps could be heard. Then one last slam of what sounded like a gunny sack smashing a window followed a long, low growl that ended the fight. It was over, but now Blake held his breath at the uncomfortable silence within the barricade room. Beaded sweat rolled down his neck. He readied his 12-gauge shot barrel, tried for a peek into the room, and saw Simon bathed in blood, pulling his coat back onto his human form. He watched still as Simon lifted the blonde girl from the floor delicately. With a better look, Blake took in the sight of the carnage with a familiar disgust. The leather couches were broken and upturned. There were streams of red below impact splatters on the walls, and the two male bodies were laying in thick pools on the floor under them. The head of one had been removed and was not in plain sight. The other lay on his back, surrounded by shattered glass from the table against the far wall. "Move that damn thing," Simon grunted as he adjusted the girl in his arms. "This one's just knocked out. Give me an address. The other's not breathing and needs to get to a hospital." As soon as they started rolling the table aside, he was out the VIP door with Angel in his arms and she only in her knee-high boots. Simon left wet, red footprints behind. One of the girls rushed forward, pulling a bouncer's oversized jacket around herself, close enough to whisper. Hold on. I picked the girls up for coffee a few weeks ago. They're over on Cypress. It's a second-floor apartment with an ugly green door, like maybe a block from the Fletcher Library. Simon grunted and shifted the blonde in his arms and kicked the exit door open to leave. Blake had to steady himself quickly, then ignore the gore in the room as he rushed to get Rose out. Her limp body was slippery in his arms. She had been sprayed with blood, and her face was streaked with more of it. Blake came back out of the room quickly and turned to his bouncers, who had finally grouped up to see what they could do. Their bodies lined up to shield the public from seeing the girl he carried. Shouting through the music still playing, he announced, "Alright, boys, get everybody out of here. Close off that room. No pictures. Got it?" Blake turned to another of the men, this one tall and dark-skinned, and transferred the girl over to him. "Geoff, take her to the ER. Tell them you didn't see what happened." He flipped a couple of switches on the wall nearby, and the white lights came up and the music cut out. "You all deaf? Everybody up! I said, we're closed." He made sure Geoff got out first without any problems. "Hey Seth, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I think I seen you streaming earlier. Were you streaming earlier? Did it go okay if you were?" The black bouncer's drop-top silver coat left the parking lot flinging gravel. Blake turned next to the door with his gun pointed down at his side and watched for the panicked patrons to get into their cars to leave. A short moment passed with the crowd still milling through the entrance. He heard squealing tires, smashing glass, and car horns blowing a few blocks away. Blake followed the sound in his eyes, unable to see the source. Christ's sake, now what? Blake tucked the shotgun into the saddlebag of his bike and struggled with the key in his tight jeans pocket. He flipped the key and twisted the steer hard as he walked it back out of its space to drive out of the lot. The throttle opened and his motorcycle engine bit and growled at the night as he made his second lean through a yellow light that was turning. As he pulled around the bend towards the inner city, he squeezed the brake hard and screeched to a fishtailing stop. Right after the turn, the car he was looking for had crossed traffic into the front of a pizzeria. The picnic tables outside were broken through and flung about, and the silver-colored coupe was smashed into the brick face of the building. The passenger door was left open, and the horn was blasting relentlessly. Black and white smoke rolled out from under the crushed hood, and a fire had started. Another car had skidded to a stop before colliding, and another behind it. The accident caught the attention of a few nearby pedestrians. Hey, is it Walbro? Tell me if I said that wrong. I'm gonna say Waldo. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, dang. Okay, I thought I seen you stream earlier, gaming, Seth. That's a long stream. I know somebody that did like an 11-hour stream yesterday too. That would be hard for me. I couldn't do that long. So, I don't know if I asked, Wall, how are you doing? How did you find me? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're lurking. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. Yeah, Princess. She did 11 hours. 12 hours is a lot. 14 hours is a lot. Like I said, I've only been able to do 2 hours. Oh dang. Well, congratulations. I didn't realize you hit that. I can understand doing a long stream like that then. What is open lobbies all day? I don't know what that is. Oh, Princess, you're so close too. Oh, wow. I am nowhere near that. My screen here says 165, but I think on my Twitch channel it says 166, so I don't know. I still have a while to go. Wait, why are you nervous, Princess? Ooh, do you have something big planned or something? Is that why you're nervous? Oh, nice. Seth, have you tried that, like, Cult of the Lamb? I know, like, people can, like, join in on that one. Thanks, Princess. I know I'll get there. Just takes time. Oh. Oh, wait. Wait, didn't we, like... We talked about those bug lollipops. Weren't we trying to get Spoons to eat those too? But he kind of refused. Alright. By the way, if I'm reading too, like, fast or whatever, just let me know. Because sometimes I don't realize. Yeah, I remember that, but Spoons wouldn't go for it. For some reason. He wouldn't go. Alright. It's a game, it's called like Cult of the Lamb or whatever. There's been a few streamers lately that's been playing it, and basically like your viewers can join in and they become part of your cult basically. And they could create like really cute characters and stuff. It looks pretty cool. I was in Spoon's cult, but apparently I did not like Spoons as my cult leader, and I left his cult. I'm trying to join Princess, but no, I'm not in yours because you stream when I'm working and I'm on my mobile phone, so I can't join. I know. I need to get into somebody's. I need to be in somebody's cult. Apparently I'm just hard-headed and did not want to follow somebody. I don't know, maybe it's Loaf. I don't know who that is. Oh, what charity are you doing, Princess? Alright. Go continue. Blake flung out the kickstand of his bike and ran to the car, yelling for everybody to stay back. Through the window, he saw the girl was gone, and the tall bouncer lay limp across the wheel. He pulled him back to find blood, and a lot of it coming from his neck and shoulder, which had been torn open, much worse than his own was years ago. Geoff was struggling to breathe. Blake ripped the door open, reached across the driver to hook under his arms, and pulled just as the fire blew out of the console, shunting the stereo and console controls out dangerously close to Blake's face. He swore loudly as he tugged again, freeing the larger man's limp body and dragging him away from the burning vehicle. Once they were on the opposite side of the street, Blake looked up to see a line of stopped cars and several more people watching. Bleeding sirens and wailing of the firehouse horn from a block away broke the commotion as the blaze took over the car's interior and blackened some of the brick against it. The burly black bouncer in Blake's clutches gurgled, sputtered, and then stopped moving as life left him. There was no sign of Rose, except one of her red, high-heeled shoes on the ground just outside of the car. I think this is the end of that chapter, by the way. Princess, I did a poll, but all I seen was, was what game. I didn't see the charity, I don't think. Are y'all in the same Discord? Oh, I must have missed it. Okay. I'll have to go back and look. Yeah. I seen the announcement and I did the game. I voted for the game for tomorrow. Even though I probably will be working too. Alright, I think I'm going to continue, but it is probably getting close for me. I'm almost out of water, and my throat may be starting to go. I forgot what I was going to say. Just a recap. The girl, blonde-haired girl, or the red-haired girl, I think Simon took her to her place after the attack. I have water here, and it's almost gone. I've been drinking it. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because like I don't do it very often. I don't read out loud. You know, because if I'm talking, I'm fine. It's just when I'm reading out loud that I lose my voice. I tried the honey. It was like honey and ginseng tea. Because the Loud Bros recommended that. And let me tell you, that stuff is like very weird tasting. But I did try it. I didn't really notice a difference. Because like I said, if I'm talking, I'm fine. It's just when I'm reading. Yeah. Alcohol. So, I can't do alcohol drinks. It's too bitter. Um, the only alcohol drinks that I've liked so far is like Seagrams and stuff like that. That's kind of like weak sauce, because it's too bitter. It's really weird. That's why I don't do like coffee and stuff like that either, because it's too bitter. So yeah, so I think I'm good for another. I know, right? It would be funny. I just can't. I can't handle the taste. That's my problem. And I've tried so many different things. Like I've tried margaritas. I've tried other stuff. I can't even think of them right now. Like, yeah, I've tried different ones and I just, you know. So I actually had an idea at one point to it was to like celebrate me being affiliated. I thought about doing like a drinking game kind of deal, but I decided against it just because I'm not a big fan of alcohol, so it wouldn't work out. So I've tried it. I know, it would be funny. I think the same thing. But I just can't. I gotta find something like, I gotta find a way to make alcohol like super sweet, and then I would be okay. Okay, I never tried Jello shots actually. I've seen like the cherries in like the little bottles or whatever that's like in alcohol. I do want to try those too. Yeah, I've never tried Jellos. Wait, is gummy bears and liquor an actual thing? Because if it is, this is the first time I'm hearing it, and I am so into that. What alcohol did you use? I know, I want to try it now. I have a whole bunch of alcohol at home. I used rum. I'm not sure if I tried rum, actually. Vodka gummy bears. I think I actually have vodka. There's a peppermint alcohol, like peppermint bark one I want to try just because I really like peppermint bark. I do have a peppermint flavor alcohol here at home that I tried. Alright, I'm gonna try with the gummies. I don't have any gummies right now, but I'll get some. I just have chocolate stuff right now. I have Gushers. I do have Gushers. I wonder if Gushers will work. You think that would be good? They will soak up and be twice as big. Alright, so just to wrap up. Red-haired girl is being taken to her house. Blonde-haired girl they think is dead. And Blake took her. Or was it the red-haired girl? Crap, now I can't remember. I'm just trying to see. Does your husband not care about the drinking? I mean, I know some people don't, you know. Okay, so they took the one girl, the blonde hair girl, to the ER. I'm trying to remember. Blake was in an accident. We know that. Alright. I think that was the gist of it, basically. Oh, I did not know that. That's understandable. Do you, like... Can you at least, like, have, like, a girls' night where, like, you and some girls get together at a restaurant or something and have alcohol that way? Or he's just, like, strictly none at all? Oh. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I don't know a whole lot of people here because I've only lived here like in the past 5 years or whatever. So I can understand not knowing very many people. Hey, online friends are, I mean, they're the way to go. Like, I've discovered since I started streaming, you know, like, I don't know, something about like with the Twitch community, it's pretty great, honestly. I never even realized any of that until I started streaming, basically. So oh, dang. That's a lot of drinking. Like, do you just handle alcohol, like, really well? Oh, wow. Do you drink your alcohol while streaming too, Seth? Alright. Melissa ran from the wreckage as if on fawn legs. She looked curiously at her blood-soaked and unreasonably steady hands, then fell over her still naked chest, looking for a thumping heartbeat. She was quite taken aback that it wasn't drowning out the sirens that rushed to the victim she left behind, or pounding in her head due to the collision. She pulled the ends of her Kool-Aid red hair from the corner of her mouth and ran off in the opposite direction of the noise. In the middle of the block, she stopped just out of light to find a shiny black stretch limousine carefully parking directly in her path. As she stood waiting in the shadows, the driver casually walked to open the rear door facing her direction. The man was a little taller than her, with a crooked but genuine small smile. He wore a pressed, double-breasted black driver's coat and matching cadet-style hat, like in an old movie. He gestured to her, and then the door, and after a short pause, spoke out. "Come then, miss. We mustn't dilly-dally. Morning comes too soon, I'm afraid," he warned. Yeah, I understand about the ads. I get frustrated with them. Alright. Well, I'll reply to y'all after the ads. The chauffeur spoke with a slight accent. It was very proper, New England perhaps. Melissa emerged slowly from the shadows and looked to either side of what must be the quietest street in the city at that hour. As soon as the light caught her still, unclothed body, the man quickly unbuttoned and stripped off his coat and readied it to wrap around her. Hey Zell, how are you doing? How was your day today? Zell, I don't think you've ever been in here. This is the first time. I'm doing well. I'm doing much better. The past couple of days I was like really tired. But Princess kind of made a good point about it was probably the weather change because it's warmer today and I feel better now. So feed him. That's right, Seth. You weren't here, I don't think. Maybe you noticed though, like my little crown on my dragon, that happened at my birthday stream. Yeah, so we got a crown from last Monday. Oh wait, were you? Oh yeah, that's right, Zell. So I did change how my timing stuff because I've had a few people they said that my streams were like just way too late for them. So I'm changing a little bit how I do it. Wait, Seth, wait, I don't remember that. I'm sorry. I can't remember what I did yesterday, so I can't remember a week ago. So, sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm changing my schedule. Like basically, Thursdays is going to be in the evenings, Friday is a later stream, and then Saturdays is going to be like in the afternoons. Yeah. So Saturdays though, it will be like Saturday I'll be doing like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that probably should be a better time for you. Spoons is on. Oh. Is he? Wait, he's not showing up on my thing. Let's refresh it. There, okay. Yeah, Princess, if you need to go, because I know like you help him and stuff like that. You know, I appreciate you being here and stuff. Alright. When she saw his offer, she rushed to him and allowed herself to step into its broad shoulders without slipping into the sleeves he straightened and wrapped around her. She pulled her arms together inside and held the coat closed by the lapels as she stepped into the back seat of the car where he had indicated. A few seconds after her door clicked closed, the car began to glide away. She sat in a luxurious space suited for holding a small party. The leather seats were quite large and in pristine condition. Above her, a tinted moon roof showed passing street lights, and a telephone clung just inside the door, whose sleek tan color matched the leather. A wet bar lined one side, while a long bench seat with an accompanying tinted window occupied the other. Suitable small rope lighting dimly lit the cabin and reflected off the various drinking glasses hanging to her left. A privacy partition was in place, blocking her view of the driver or the road ahead. It seemed as soon as she'd taken in her surroundings, they had come to a full stop and her door was opening again. Please pardon my not bringing you to the front door, miss. The driver apologized. I was certain you preferred to clean yourself and change clothes before being introduced." She was still trying to sort out her situation when she asked, "Hey, who are you anyway? What do you want with me?" "Questions later, miss," he politely chimed. "Proceed into the door there, and straight upstairs to the left, you'll find a place to bathe. The rest of your needs have been arranged." He held the door for her patiently, and then clicked it closed again after she stepped out. When she tried to offer his coat back, he simply held out a hand with his small smile and directed her with a nod to the large estate she hadn't yet noticed. Melissa hesitated outside the mansion, with its colonial-style columns and immaculate brick build. An intercom was situated at a security gate, presumably linked to another near the broad, white back door. Before a button could be pressed, the obscured, barred steel gate glided open to one side. Inside stood two girls who recognized from the club, now in casual blouses and jeans, but still in heavy makeup with their hair down. Melissa identified Kitty, a short, brunette woman with a round face and girlish dimples, and Dusty, a ginger-haired 30-something with long, runaway features. They stood out, not belonging in a place like this. Both leaned on, collapsed hands affixed to the left hip like stage dolls. Melissa looked at them both with hair-raised tension, like she was looking at something she'd never seen before that wasn't meant to exist. The tight strain set her posture on a defensive edge. She pulled on an unapproving sneer across her smudged lips as she stood still and waited some move or explanation. "Well then," Dusty began in a low, southern accent that rolled from her lips like honey. You know, I should try a southern accent. I don't even know how to do that. I can't think of it in my mind. You know, I will come back to that. She loosed her interlocked fingers, shifted to balance her anaconda legs, and continued. "Now that you find your way here to Valiant, we gotta get you cleaned up and into some proper clothes." Sorry. I think I sound funny. She gestured towards the mansion behind her as if she were a game show Valiant presenting a new puzzle. The soft-bodied brunette, with a none-too-prominent mole just left of her upturned nose, lifted a covered box by a handle on top. The box seemed large enough to need two hands, depending on the weight of its contents, but it seemed to carry as easily for Kitty as an awkwardly shaped clutch purse. The woman led Melissa inside towards a staircase that curled against the plastered wall to a dark carpeted hallway. Every footstep absorbed into an eerie silence as Melissa followed them, like their steps were weightless. She pushed blood-crusted stray hairs behind her ear out of her face. Dusty propped open a broad door with a brass handle and flicked on a light to reveal a lavish bathroom. "Clean up in here? Take your time." She began and gestured with a long finger. "When you're done, your room is just 3 doors down." Kitty stepped into the room, indicated, and re-emerged without the crate. Then they walked down the hallway from her without further words. Once the other woman left her sight, Melissa's bound-up feeling left her body. And she calmed considerably as she stepped across the pool tile. She approached the sink and looked into the mirror to see an unoccupied room. She turned, looked to be looked to be certain the room behind her matched the image in the glass, and turned back. Melissa touched her face when the dried blood on her hands the way a child might smear finger paint, as though it would make her appear as the coarse, dry flakes flung to her cheeks. And yet the glass before her would show none of her efforts. She rubbed it into her skin until it was cracked and raw, digging her nails into her flesh, hoping to see fresh blood drip from the void in the reflection. But nothing had changed. Looking down, she stopped and watched the tiny blood drops gently streak the clean, white porcelain as they made skinny, wiggling legs down the curved basin towards the drain. She studied the blood streaks with careful eyes. She awaited the tangle of confused emotions to flood her chest with a tightening ache that never twisted within her. She tried to cry and made her body shudder inwardly as she did so, though still, nothing but frustration came to furrow her brow and stretch her lips for unformed words. Not a single tear would well or fall. The scratches she made on herself had burned slightly, but the heat of pain had already subsided. When she touched her face again, the delicate fingers, the scratches were gone, and she felt herself grow weak. Her belly and throat seemed to be trying to wring themselves as hunger crept over her. Hey B, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I think I saw you streaming earlier too. I don't know, by the way, I sent you on your Discord, I sent you a message. I don't know if you've seen it. Yes. I have something that I want to send you. I think you would like. It's not anything anything big or anything, but I think you would like it. So, just, it's okay. So like, I actually put it in the Discord right before I started streaming. So, hey Odin, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Oops. Sorry, I just dropped something. Well, okay, so it's not really like, no, not my Discord, your Discord. It's not real, like, it's not really something, I mean, I could take a picture of it, but it's not like a digital thing. I don't know if that makes sense. So I could take a picture of it and I could send it to you, but it's, you know, yeah. It's not really something for that. So, like, I wish I could just, like, send it to you. I wish I could just, like, send stuff, physical stuff through the computer. That would be cool. Sorry, I was gonna drink water. That's great. I'm doing better today. The past couple of days was a little rough. Like I was super tired and stuff, but I think mainly it's just because of the weather and stuff. So, or what channel? Your just the general channel. Hold on. Like I said, there's no like picture or anything. It basically just says that I have something that I think you would like. Right here. Yeah. So it's in the Talkies channel. That stinks. Yeah, but I think it's just because of the weather. Today it was better. Yes, Zell, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. So go to bed. It's late. I'll be getting off probably as soon as I finish this chapter anyways, so yeah. Yeah, it's not, like I said, I didn't send a picture, but I could send one if you want. Yeah, I appreciate it, Odin. Yeah. So I mean, I'll just share what it is. It's a sticker that I think you would like, but I'll send you a picture of it because I think you would like it. I set it down somewhere. Yeah, I don't remember where I set it down. I'll have to look. Yeah, I'm doing better, so. Yeah, I'll send a picture in the Discord. Do you want me to put it in your Discord, or do you want me to send it to you in a private message? That's my emotes. Thanks, Odin. Actually, I have some new stuff that's coming. I'm hoping tomorrow. Kind of excited about. Okay. Yeah, I could do that. I can do that. Hey, those are my emotes too. I love the kitty. I'm a big kitty person, so. Odin, you missed the conversation earlier. We were talking about alcohol and stuff. Wait, you only have 2? I had all of mine. Well, except for a couple, like the kitty one, the LOL, and then I think there was another one. I didn't have those customized. You're getting more tomorrow. I want to see them. Those are cute too. Are those yours, B? With the cat? I don't have any animated ones. I want to get one. Oh, I did. So I used up all my free emotes right now, so. Oh. Those are cute. Yeah, the bee, those I knew about those. So I used all my free emotes already because I only had 5 of them or something. And so I made these. I made these yesterday, but they're under my sub. Because I didn't know where else to put them and stuff. So my subscribers gets those. Those are one of my dog and one of my kitties. Earlier we were just talking about different alcohols because I'm not a big alcohol drink. So Princess and Seth, they gave me a whole bunch of ideas. And now I'm going to try gummies with alcohol. So I want to get animated. I don't have any animated emotes. I want to get some. Yeah. Alcohol is just very bitter for me, so it's really hard, but Princess thinks I would like the gummies. Get a books falling? What do you mean by books falling? Oh, yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah. I gotta figure out how to do that. Wait, do free slots come available later on or something? Because if that's the case, then I need to know. I would love to know that. But yeah, I need to look into the books. Did you make that one, B? With your beer falling and stuff? Etsy. I wonder if they have book ones. I need to check. I've been getting a lot of my stuff from Fiverr. So I didn't even think about checking Etsy. Alright. Melissa stepped into the tub and cranked the hot valve wide open. She let the water spray over her while standing there and holding herself. The water flowed over her lips but had no taste. Either the water was scalding or her skin was freezing. The steam reaction revealed it could be both. The shower stream stung and cascaded down to her feet, where the water tinted pink and swirled away down the drain between her painted toes. She stared, thunderstruck, at the smudged red faucet handle as the drain swallowed the runoff. With no account of how much time had passed, Melissa turned off the water and pulled on a fluffy white terry cloth robe before finding her way to the room indicated as hers. The closet door was open, revealing a full rack of varied clothing. After closer inspection, the outfits and clothes matched her own sizes. Sure am glad that's not creepy at all. She said just above a whisper. The sarcasm in her monologue was meant for no one, but her shoulders relaxed as if someone else put her at ease. Her words seemed to elicit a reaction from the crate Kitty had left behind. The sound of discontent mooing could be heard from inside it on the floor. Melissa approached one step at a time, her toes curling like they were gripping the hardwood as she approached. She finally reached and loosed the hook on the crate and pulled the door open. After a swallow hissed from inside, a gangly-looking cat ran out and backed itself into the corner of the room opposite her as she squared to close the distance. Melissa's tongue twitched rhythmically. It ticked like a clock, faster and faster against the backs of her protruding, sharp teeth as she prowled closer. The cat drew itself up and hissed loudly, ready to attack. Her hands were fast and caught the limber tabby as it leaped at her, but the breaking of its neck had slowed the incessant ticking of her tongue in time with its heartbeat. Her arms trickled with blood from the cat's claw swipe, and she sank her teeth into the neck to drink while it was still warm. Alright, so that is the end of that chapter. Actually, I'm probably going to be ending here soon, because my voice always goes out. Actually, it's doing pretty okay. I've already been streaming for like 2 hours. So I know, I gotta figure it out. Like, there's some streamers like that read books. They could go for hours, it seems like. And I can't always do that. It's only when I'm reading. If I'm talking, I'm fine. Alright, so this Melissa person came to some random house. And she now ate cat blood. So, yay, Melissa. Get your food on. Alright. B, I don't know if you were in here. I attempted a southern voice, and I just kind of laughed at myself. I don't think it was good. Alrighty. Let's see here. There's another reader. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I want to try to practice like other voices and stuff. I just need to work on it. I haven't worked on anything. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. Alright, so I'm actually done for tonight. So once again, my schedule has changed. Tomorrow it's going to be a late night one, but then Saturday it will be, like, for me it would be 3 o'clock Eastern time on Saturday. So, yeah, so this week is a new schedule, and it's going to be the same. So, like, in the past I was doing at like 10, 11 o'clock and stuff, and there was a lot of people that was telling me that was a little too late for them, so I changed it now. Yeah, it was nice talking to you too, but I changed it so every Thursday it's going to be at 7. Every Friday it's at 11 o'clock at night, my time. And then, yeah, I think another person, Zell, was in here, and it was 2 o'clock for him too. And then on Saturdays, for my time, it'll be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't know what time that is for you. But it is 9 o'clock now, and if it's 2, so that's like 5 hours difference. So if I do it 3, that's like 8 o'clock your time. Yeah. Yeah. So every week, those are going to be what it is. Like, it's different times, but it's hitting different times of the day kind of deal. So there's an ad coming. Alright, while this ad is going, I am going to figure out who we will raid. Because I never know who to raid. Yeah, I appreciate it, B. I'm glad that you were able to come. It was nice seeing you. Actually, B, you're kind of one of the people that I got this idea to change my schedule. You may not have realized it, but it was when I did one of my practice streams and stuff, and you're like, why don't you ever stream for me? So it made me come up with this idea of, like, you know. Yeah. Alright. Who should we... Dang, Spoons. I like you too, B. Thanks. Appreciate it. Alright. Do y'all... Okay, he's doing... Do y'all want to do ASMR? Or do y'all want to do Super Mario RPG? I don't know which one y'all... I have trouble deciding who to raid. I don't know what kind. It's one of the people that I'm thinking about raiding. It just says ASMR. Oh, no. No, they're a VTuber, so I don't think it's food. Are y'all in an ad? And I just don't know it? I don't know if y'all can hear me, so... Okay, Seth, you're not in an ad. Okay, because it says ad break. So I wasn't sure if, like, B was able to, you know... So yeah, I'm thinking either ASMR or Super Mario RPG. I don't know which one y'all prefer. Cause I need help knowing who to raid. Well, they asked that before the ad kind of popped up. So, alright. Well, or we could also do Sons of the Forest. So either one. Up to you, I don't mind. Okay. Those are cute. Okay, let's do... Crap, see, I never know. Okay, let's do Super Mario. Because the other ones I've kind of rated recently. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, let's do Super Mario. So, whoops, I totally, like, went to the wrong thing. Hold on, I'm trying to read out. Okay, cool. What did I say? Super Mario. E capo. Raid. E capo. Alright. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Just a reminder, my Discord, and you know, I'll see y'all later. So, alright, bye guys!